We are here in White Rock, where we are just off the corner of North Bluff Road, which is 16th Avenue, and what is 152nd or Johnston Street. And today, this is all about touring the Johnston Street neighborhood, give you a little bit of an idea on what's here, where the locals go to eat and play and shop and enjoy themselves. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on the area generally as well, a little bit about the history. And I think you're going to really like today's video because it's going to be a little bit of fun. So that sounds good. Let's get into it. If you're wondering who I am, my name is Darren with McDonald Realty and the German Group. And if this is your first time on this channel is 100% dedicated to everything you need to know about White Rock, BC, Surrey, BC, and BC real estate in general. You're going to want to consider hitting the subscribe button so you are one of the first to know about any of the updates we're releasing about this community on a regular basis. We get calls and texts all the time from people just like you looking to meet up online with us so they can learn more about the communities of White Rock and Surrey. And the good news is we're here to help you too. Whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months from now, be sure to set up an online meetup with me and my team, and we'll do everything we can to help make sure your move to White Rock is an awesome one. Let's talk a little bit about the Johnston Street area neighborhood and show you around a little bit. Enough about this face, let's turn the camera around. Okay, well, this is where we have come from, and let's talk about where we're going. So there is one of the newest high rises just on the corner of North Bluff and Johnston. It should be taking occupancy in the next couple of months, but it's going to have some pretty incredible views up from the top. Actually, a client of ours was working on the rooftop garden up there, and he said it's absolutely pretty spectacular. So this is where the Johnston Hill area really kind of starts. There's the Oceana Park Playhouse. They've got some really fun kind of local stuff that they do there in terms of plays and whatnot. They also have a Yuck Yucks comedy night that's held there. So if you're looking for something fun to do when you're in town, that's obviously a good option. This place is one of my favorite places to go for lunch. Oja's Blend. They got really healthy bowls and they do pizzas now. It smells phenomenal when you go in there. But I myself am actually vegan. They've got great vegan options and the bowls that they make are just absolutely delicious. I love going there for lunch. They've got a lot of creative type stuff, a lot of Mediterranean type stuff, it kind of seems like as well. Or maybe I'm getting the ethnicity wrong. I'm not 100% sure here, but down here, this is kind of cool. So what is in here? You got White Rock Brewing down there, and actually Galaxy Brewing is going in the same complex, which is kind of odd because you've also actually got the beer shack here, which used to be Three Dogs Brewing, which I'm going to show you a little bit shortly. But nonetheless, Wooden Spoon is another restaurant that's down there, and it is just absolutely awesome. We'll maybe take a walk down there and check out some of these storefronts. So the story with this place, the Beer Shack, as you can see, they sell premium whiskeys and do craft beers and whatnot. This used to be the location for Three Dogs. They since moved locations, but it is still the same ownership as far as I'm told anyway. So they have live music here every once in a while. And it's quite a popular place because people kind of like coming there, obviously for not only the live music, but the drinks that they've got. This is the famous whale wall. How cool is that? So what's really neat about this has actually been here since I was a kid. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says that it was done in 1984, which was actually the year that I was born. And anyway, so this thing has been a staple in the White Rock community for absolutely forever. And it does get updated once in a while to kind of get freshly painted and whatnot, but lots of photos. You'll see people kind of standing underneath that thing and waving and whatnot, which is always really neat. So we're just headed down the road here. We're on a road called Russell Avenue, and this is a neat kind of spot of the community. You got some stores here and whatnot, but there's White Rock Brewing. So it's not a very big place, but I've been in there a few times, and they certainly have some delicious beer that you can check out. And it looks like, oh, maybe there's another kind of bigger spot opening, and some orange or some haircuts and stuff like that. And then this right here is one of my favorite spots called the Wooden Spoon. So this is an excellent place to come get brunch, come get lunch. I actually don't believe that they're open for anything outside of brunch and lunch, but they've actually expanded their space here too, because they used to just take up this one little spot here, and now they've got this area right here as well, which looks like it's something coming away. So let's run across the street, and I'm going to show you this new area. So these are called the Miramar Towers. You can see what they kind of look like. Uh, they're pretty tall, and so these are the original two towers that were here. And you're going to see the newer two towers kind of as we come up here. But this area in here has largely gone unpopulated for quite a long time. You can see that these, commercial areas and whatnot, they don't have a lot of stuff in them. There's a White Rock Community Center. But the stuff is really just kind of starting to come into this area. Now, this place is absolutely jumping. Usually on the weekends in the summer, you're going to have, what is it called? The farmer's market is actually in this area as well. And so this whole place is lined with tents and shops and people where you can buy all sorts of, made food and produce and goods and whatnot. So it's really, really awesome. So it's kind of a cool little spot here where the community really comes together in the city of White Rock. This hasn't been here overly long, so the community really appreciates it. And they'll do like big celebrations and stuff on the stage and presentations and whatnot. So that's pretty neat. And here is one of my favorite spots. I'm lucky that I live close enough to here that I can ride my bike here when I want to and get home safely, that sort of thing. But this is Three Dogs Brewing. Three Dogs Brewing makes some of my favorite beer. It's a great spot to visit. They have live music as well on certain nights, and game nights and trivia nights. Their food is amazing, and this patio has got to be one of the best patios to sit in the summertime. And there's Thrifty Foods, the long-awaited Thrifty Foods. White Rock residents have been waiting for this place to come. So it is on the way, as you can see. It's not going to be too far along now, and we actually personally know some of the people that are going to be working there. But Thrifty Foods, if you're not from around here, Thrifty Foods is kind of one of our higher-end grocery stores. They do a really nice job. They got great produce and meat selections and all that sort of stuff as well. So there's some more things down there, but I'm actually going to get you back onto Johnston Road here. We got a taco shop on the way, Taco Fino. Everybody loves Taco Fino. Let's go check out these guys over here because they're kind of cool. This Bon Mi Tres Bon is a really good Vietnamese place as well, coming up on the corner, so I'll show you that as well. And actually, you can see this is one of our favorite places to go visit across the road there. This Big Feet place. It's actually really awesome if you want like foot massage or back massage or anything like that. They do a really kind of cool job with those there, and it's very, very inexpensive. Aren't these guys cool? They are cool, aren't they? I'm gonna get beside one here, and we can say hi to my friend here. But I have no idea what these are or why they're here. I wish I did, so I could say something intelligent for the video, but I really don't. So we're just gonna say hi to them and just appreciate how cool they look. Anyways, let's continue on. We're back out to Johnston here. There's the Big Feet. There's the Verve building. This is a really neat shop for antiques and furniture and stuff like that. And they got the haircut place right over there. It's where a lot of people go for their haircuts. This is a great restaurant across the street here. This Bin 101, very, very popular. It's they got a lot of wine. It's like a wine and tapas bar. That's really, really quite nice. So anyways, let's keep on going down the hill here, and we'll tell you a little bit about some of these things coming up. So down here, this is a really neat store as well. It's called the Handpicked Home. And it's got, when you're going to move to White Rock, you want a lot of that kind of like beachy stuff in your house and whatnot. It's almost like a rite of passage when you live in White Rock. So that's going to give you all that stuff. You're going to find some really neat things there in terms of, decorations for the house and whatnot. On the corner, you're going to see some people kind of sitting over there. That's called a coffee shop called Bean Around the World. Great little coffee shop, very, very busy on the weekends, generally busy during the weekdays too. But, this was an interesting development here. This building that you see, you can imagine that they would have had some pretty beautiful views. And what ended up happening, you see the gas station on the corner here, which is a full serve gas station. It's been there for absolutely forever. Used to be a oh geez, I don't remember. It was an old school gas station anyways before it was a Petro-Canada. But that piece of land's actually slated to be developed. And at one time they were talking about doing 16 stories there. And nonetheless, you can see that they've got the Monaco building right beside it. So, regardless, I guess these poor people over here have kind of lost their view a little bit. But the Monaco building that you're seeing right there, that is a luxury building. I don't know what luxury means anymore because it all kind of looks the same for the most part. But nonetheless, it's being built by Soterra Builders. It's supposed to have about 12,000 square feet of amenities and done in the fall of 2024, over 13 levels. So we did a video on that on our YouTube channel that you'll be able to check out if interested. You want to learn a little bit more of it. So we're just at the other side of the Miramar Towers here, and you can see they're beautiful. They've got really big kind of shared space and a pool and whatnot up on that rooftop, or that kind of patio that you see right up there. But you can just imagine the views that some of these places would have, right? Like, and obviously you can see them if you jump online and whatnot. But just over this building here, you would be able to see the water. So let's see if we can cross the street here safely, and we'll continue our video. So as we start crossing the street here, this is where we start getting into some of the really kind of neat White Rock shops. This is where a lot of people love to come shopping on the weekend. This is where you would bring people if they were from out of town to come just walk and then really enjoy the neighborhood and get to see some of the stuff. So it's relatively slanted here, but you can tell it's old. You can see the brick behind me. You can tell that it's been here for a very, very long time. And even just by looking at the nature of these shops, you can just tell that they're small. They're not overly developed or anything like that. But let's flip the camera on here so you can see what I'm seeing here. So there you go. Let's go for a little explore here and see what we can see. There's a nice shot of the Miramar Towers there. And there's kind of the other side of the view around the world. But this is the Monaco as you see it. It's getting closer to being done. I have a hard time believing fall 2024 they'll be finished, but we will see. So we got Tapestry Music has been there for absolutely forever. So they do music lessons and whatnot in there. KS Studios, which is just like a hair place and whatnot. And then probably one of my favorite restaurants ever. As I said earlier in the video, I am vegan, and Grounds and Greens has got to be my favorite restaurant in all of White Rock. They've just got great food. Doesn't matter what type of food you eat. If you like good food, you definitely want to check out Grounds and Greens because it is absolutely delicious. So here's a rare thing you don't see very often is a old house that still standing the test of time. So you can see it's seen better days from the weather and whatnot, but obviously pretty interesting place to be living. But there is, of course, you normally see this anywhere in White Rock where you got this development proposal to be rezoned. So it doesn't look like it's going to be lasting very long. And I guess that's a little bit about what it'll look like when it's done. So there'll be some nice apartments, some more houses for people to live in when that's all done. Tandoori Flame, this place is absolutely delicious. If you're into Indian food, just make sure you know your level of spice that you can handle because you don't want any surprises there. But it's all good. These guys have been here a long time too. Thrift Computers. Look at these old computers in the window. Just kind of cool, right? Yucca Tree Cafe, also been there a long time. Staple of White Rock. Got to go visit if you're gonna come check out White Rock. Hilltop Electric, they've been here a long time too. As we kind of keep walking here, you got another Tapestry Music on this side, but I want to show you on this side, just kind of beside the Monaco. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, but you've got Blue Frog Studios. So if you're unfamiliar with Blue Frog Studios, they actually do like a lot of music recording and live music there. So it's kind of a hopping place. Oh, I didn't even mean to do a pun there with the frog, but it's pretty cool inside, and it's a pretty busy place, pretty hopping place when the music gets going and whatnot. So you can go there for live shows and stuff. Really, really cool. This I'm still surprised this is here, to be honest. I'm just surprised it stood the test of time, but it is nonetheless, and it's busy enough. Now, you got some restaurants that have come and gone here over the years, and oh, geez, the one that was there, it's gone now. So it looks like you've got a fish and grill over there instead of it used to be an Italian restaurant. So let's continue on here, and we'll see kind of what's down here at the last little portion of Johnson Road as we get into the Five Corners neighborhood. That used to be a really cool Greek restaurant down there. Now it's a Japanese restaurant, which has really good sushi actually. But yeah, Hal's Market's been here for absolutely forever. I used to come here when I was a kid and get freezies and all that sort of stuff, as is this Greyhaven Hobbies. Greyhaven Hobbies is really neat. If you like kind of collector type things like Magic the Gathering or any kind of collectible type thing, Greyhaven Hobbies has a lot of that stuff, and it's a really neat store where you could definitely lose an hour if you're into that kind of stuff, just to go kind of walk around and check out what's in here. On the other side of me, you've got the elementary school. So nothing really to report over there, but it's a nice place. They used to have a bunch of summer camps and whatnot over there. I don't know if they still host them or not. I'm not quite sure. And that beautiful breeze obviously is from the ocean. I could see the ocean where I am here, but you really notice just even from the size of these places. Oh, I went the wrong way with the camera, but the size of these places, like they're just small little buildings. These are old, right? This is an old area. And it's just neat to see that it's kind of been preserved. It's a really nice place, like I said, to come for a walk. And this is where you would, invite people to come from out of town and stuff like that to come check out. So anyways, let's flip the camera back around again. All right, so we're coming up on Islands Coffee. It's kind of a cool story. This is a girl and her husband that I went to school with, and they went and I think the story anyways is they went and lived in Maui and absolutely loved this coffee so much that they brought it back. And really neat entrepreneurial story because they've opened, I think it's now 3 or 4 locations in the White Rock, South Surrey area. So it's really neat. They have great kind of snacks and coffee and stuff like that. Here's a liquor store that saved me many times when the other ones were closed. Always good. You always need one of those. So let's keep going here. This coming up right here is Onyx Steakhouse. This is one of the kind of the premier restaurants, premier dining experiences in all of South Surrey and White Rock. So they've got a really nice menu, beautiful steaks. I can't actually claim to have had one because, as I said, I was vegan. It's almost like that story about how you know that somebody is vegan is because they'll tell you, right? But nonetheless, anyways, it's supposed to be very, very good, very excellent. I've heard nothing but really great things. You can kind of start seeing the peekaboo view of the ocean through there now, right? See that car going down the hill there. So where we're coming up right now is a spot called Five Corners. So if you're unfamiliar with Five Corners, well, you can imagine why it's called Five Corners. It's because there's multiple corners, right? So anyways, this area is one of the little hubs of this neighborhood just because there's a bunch of shops. As you saw, we just came down Johnston Hill there, Johnston Road Hill, and you got all these other little shops. So I'm going to show you one of the most favorite pizza places in all of South Surrey and White Rock, and one of the most favorite coffee shops outside of Island Coffee there. So let's kind of cross the street here and we'll finish the tour pretty quick. Sin 7 Salon, you've got Vietnamese restaurant over there. And there's actually a couple of places down here that I used to frequent very, very often that I absolutely love. You've got the Five Corners Cafe over there. Really good, just kind of not pub food, comfort food, just really, really nice. And Damiano's Pizza, I always love that place, especially really, really late at night, but haven't had it in a long time. I'm sure it's still good. I always love that White Rock did this too, this rainbow crosswalk just to show inclusivity and whatnot. It's just kind of heartwarming that they've done that. So anyways, let's kind of continue on over here. Taka Sushi. You will always see a lineup of people picking up their sushi outside of this place very, very frequently. This Alora, been there many times as well. It's a pasta and wine bar, and definitely sat on that patio many times in the summertime and had some delicious wine. So it's a little quiet down here today. There's not a lot going on in the old Five Corners neighborhood. So you're going to see a lot of little shops like this all over the Johnston Hill and Five Corners area, like barber shops and flower shops and that sort of thing. But it's just the community feel that makes this area really special. There's tons of people always out and about, walking around, enjoying the neighborhood. And, you know, there's dogs out, and in the summertime, it's just a really, really nice place to go for a walk. And as you can see, it's a little colder today. It's not too bad in the winter either. But let's show you my favorite, or one of my favorite pizza places anyway, as well as the coffee shop I mentioned. There it is. I struggle to say it because I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right half the time, but Emilio Finati Pizzeria. So there's multiple locations of that now, and I think that was probably the first one, if I recall. Actually, these buildings above here, they got an interesting story too, because there was a big fire in these buildings, and a lot of people had to vacate. Obviously, we're without a home for quite some time, but anyways, nonetheless, it's kind of like a thin crust Italian style pizza, and it's pretty unreal if you like pizza. Which, who doesn't like pizza? I mean, come on. And we're just finishing our little bit of a tour here, but I didn't want to finish it without showing you Laura's Coffee Corner. So I am actually surprised to not see that place absolutely full and packed on the patio. The treats that you can get there are unbelievable. The coffee is delicious. The sandwiches are delicious. It is just a crazy popular place that you will see tons and tons of people hanging out at all the time. And actually, I should show you this too real quick too. So I used to drive this way home to work all the time, but actually that is the fire hall and the RCMP detachment just kind of down there that you can see. I don't know if you can see that Canada flag kind of in the background there, but the White Rock Library is also there as well. So just kind of behind this building, you have the White Rock Library, which is a popular place, obviously, for locals, anybody's with kids, and that sort of thing. So there you go. That is your tour of White Rock, and I wanted to finish with this shot in the background. Look at that. As you head down the hill, that's what you're looking at. That's why you moved to White Rock. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. You don't normally get to walk the city streets from a local with a local, unless you know somebody here and whatnot. So for anybody that's considering relocating to White Rock, you've ever considered wanting to know more about the area, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've got a question about the neighborhood. I know this was kind of quick. We kind of generally covered everything on a very light level, but for anybody that needs any information about White Rock, always happy to help answer questions. Make sure that if you do choose to relocate here, whether it's for renting or for owning, always want to make sure that you've got the information you need so you can make a great decision. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you found any value in this video, please give it a like and help other people like you find it. And we'll definitely look forward to seeing you on the next one. Okay, cheers.